Be more like Vicky, fuck you.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Curse About a Mystery. Tonight we're playing the module Curse Straw, but it's changed, transformed, and we're playing in the system and the setting of Frostmark RPG, everything created by Marc. There's a content warning for tonight of bad language, heavy topics discussed in roleplay, gothic, horror, and perhaps some gore. We shall see. And with me I have a wonderful cast of players. One short thought, which is sad. Lady Lyra, half of a Megas, played by Julie. Hello, welcome.
Do you reckon we should tell them that the food is centuries old?
Marthia, Architect Warlock, played by Cookie. Hello, welcome.
Well, it's still fresh, so I don't really see the problem.
And then Nyx of the Stani, our Tiefling Bard, played by Adrian. Hello, welcome.
I've got some wine. I've got some wine. Wine.
And then we usually had Thad, our Genasi rogue, played by Woodgod, but he's off taking a test of becoming the best alcoholic there is, and we shall wish them luck in this endeavor.
Oi. Oi.
Oi.
How does one become the best alcoholic
He's
there is?
taking a test for his mixology class, is what I'm saying. Anyway, what happened last time, gang? I want somebody to, repeat what I have written today.
Well, I did the Pokemon
I'll do
last
it.
time, so,
Okay,
I mean,
Cookie?
Okay, so I'm just reading. No artistic interpretation, maybe.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, this one is a bit complicated, so I need you to keep up with me.
Okay, good.
Here it goes.
Okay.
Fight Ghost Grill. Find Stony Boys. You won, son. TM. Chit-chats. Dora. Bills, y'all. Teleportation Circuit Junior poofs you to a portable all-you-can-eat buffet. This must be Vegas. Cinnamon challenge for the gram. Everyone's dead. In a good way now. Sassy note. Alcohol abuse? Question mark? Nap time. DHL service back to Kresk. Vroom, vroom.
we're taking the DHL service? Like we're being, packaged up?
No, you are bringing the package!
we
you are the
are
DHL
bringing the
service!
Okay.
These are the notes written beautifully by
Yeah.
Mrs. Bexxy, surname Chinning.
You're winning, son.
I'll be writing the next one.
How do you like it? I mean, it's very explorative, full of very good,
I don't think I can improve.
objectives.
I don't think I can improve on this. For me, it's a
Yeah, no,
masterpiece.
that's
You've written
perfect.
better
The
myself.
only way it could be any better is if you wrote it in a haiku.
True. So Thad is spending session standing a bit further back from everyone else. Well, we shall see. Depends
He's
upon.
got a barrel of mayonnaise. What else is he
Depends
gonna do
upon
with
how
that?
much how Cookie is feeling
no.
adventurous today.
Oh mate, I'm eating some mayonnaise. I don't really know how to do an Australian accent.
Kind of want to hear Cookie do Woodgod's accent for Thad.
I mean, I can do just an Israeli accent. It would be Woodgod's accent.
No, Thad's accent. Okay, anyway, anything you want to add to that, or is it just perfect?
That was perfection. Thank you so much.
Okay, alright, let's get into the game. God. Ever-present ravens. Bam. After a productive morning of loading the heavy barrels, crates, and wine barrels onto your wagon and some quick burial services, where Nyx tries to do the least amount of work possible, claiming he has a lot of rituals to do to identify all your treasure, you finally set out from the Feudatover Estate. Your wagon is loaded heavily with these goods. So heavily, in fact, that the horses plainly refuse to leave or walk anywhere if more than one person remains on the wagon. Once again, Nix argues that he got work to do and lands himself an awkward sitting place on top of your hull in the back, whilst the rest of you get to walk beside the wagon and guide the horses forward. Still, the journey is slower than normal. Your wagon wheels dig deep into whatever muddy portions of the road as it comes your way, and is especially slow in the inclines. Your horse's laboring breaths become quite audible in them. As you ascend a smaller hill, as you make your way upwards in the landscape away from the river valley of the Fedotovs, the mists part in a special way. They reveal to you the derelict brick mansion sagging underneath the weight of time, slightly below you, behind you, and a couple 100 meters away. But then further away, the bluish-black waters of the lake beyond, glittering a little bit in the sunlight that filters through the mists and the clouds. And then, beyond that, at the other shore, faintly, you can see the outline of a tower. But that is not your current predicament and destination, so you turn your hearts and minds towards Kresk. More than half an hour later, you recognize the part of the road where you found that strange distortion in the air and the peculiar sunlight beyond. But now, it is untraceable, whatever you experienced. Rest assured that whatever strange phenomenon that was going on here, it seems to have ended with your vanquishing of Meulen Fedotov's ghostly remains. The journey takes a bit longer than before, closer to 4 hours rather than 3 because of your heavy load and your comfortable walking pace. The temperature drops once again as you increase your elevation, and then the grey clouds above release a light dusting of snow as you approach Kresk. As Casimir starts to fidget, wanting to leave before he gets too close to the alien-phobic Kreskites, Nix shouts out in triumph. After 6 hours of continuous identifier rituals for 6 magical items, he's finally finished. And it's...
Could be shorter than that, just with the identify spell, but
Oh, thank you.
it's cool. No worries.
Well, you took your sweet ass time. Like, some of that time you were not working on identifier rituals, you were just moseying about. Thinking about the wine.
Maybe. I mean, I think at one point during that whole process, because, like, it wasn't a not injuring kind of fight.
Yes.
I think Nix would like look up and like want to have a rest from identifying for a bit and look around to see like how people are doing, like Illyria and Hamatia, if they're like bruised and like injured, as well as Casimir. I don't know. I just want to check in with you guys. How you doing?
How you
I
doing?
don't think Illyria got like past the temp HP you gave her.
Oh right, yeah. Nix is pretty great like that. Hamatia?
Hamatia looks slightly bruised, but nothing really serious.
Okay, so just Nix is fucked up. Cool.
Yeah, I remember with Woodgod took a little bit of damage, but I think...
Yeah, Woodgod got absolutely shot on this entire like manner, so...
But I don't have his HP.
Oh, I think you probably see Fad like, you know, walking away slowly.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you could still
And
got his
he's like-
arm. Still got his arm problems.
And I think, yeah, you can pretty safely say that he's like slouching in the back, not really.
Well, he's walking. But...
Yeah, but.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
actually at 33 out of 63 hit points. So.
Oh, the question is, do I read another story? think we need it.
Never-ending story.
Soul sings.
Never-ending story.
Nix, I don't think you should waste any more resources when you already did. You should be safe for today.
Just making sure that I know wounds don't tend to always heal overnight, and we've been dealing with some pretty heavy topics recently. So, as you like. If you don't need another one of my stories, and you had enough in Lady Meulen's chambers, then fine. I'll get back to identifying what the hell we just picked up.
I mean, I think Thad would be welcoming getting this spell away from him, but doesn't seem that proactive, but he's definitely willing.
To listen to a story? I mean, he needs a heal of like 6 souls.
I don't think it's that much.
That's pretty high.
Persisting injuries, injury table.
He needs a heal of either 4th level
Yeah,
or
4.
above, but
Force,
or 4 a healing spell with consumption of 4.
Mm.
And Nyx doesn't have that right now.
Right. Yeah. Then he's gonna hang back. Okay. All right. Still, do you wanna?
I think Nyx is pretty bad, so we can have a story time if you like.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, but story time as you travel. Any particular story or just a story?
I have another story if you want to listen to it.
Yes. Yes, we do. Be my guest.
Yay, player prepared content.
I love that.
Okay. So like the next week, like I'm feeling a little down, and that could do it too. So whilst you're walking, feel free to listen to at least a little bit of a new tale since the last one you weren't totally feeling it. But this one, it's something new. And I'll just do the mechanic thing first so I can know before I forget. I'll do the prayer of healing.
Okay.
The reading of healing.
Mm-hmm.
Soul check 11.
Oh.
Ooh, it's 12. Is it not?
Yeah, it's okay. Well, it's not okay, but
Well,
You
if
lost
you
it.
don't really have a good time keeping your souls in check.
oh no. And I also like use a bunch of souls to make the protection
13.
bubble.
13, I forget.
But it's cool. 23 is actually a lot.
Oof. Yeah, it is.
It's like almost maximum for a single spell. Cool. Okay, here we go. Story time. So he clears his throat as he's like riding on the back of this wagon. And he opens up his book and more like to a blank page, and he's reading the text prints in like a red light as it sort of traces as if some magical ink is creating it. This begins the tale of a majestic knight of the realm, who, with incredible poise and vivacious talent, turned the heads of many a fair maiden. His story is clouded in mystery and ambiguity, and all that was known of this young knight was the name he was given as a boy, the name of Mustang. As Mustang grew in strength, he yearned for more, and his ambition caught the eye of a special elite training group. After gaining permission from the lord he protected, he saddled up his robust stallion and galloped through the night to his destination.
he joined with a group of other knights equally ambitious and hoping to reach the top of the ranks and be adorned with reputation and prestige the likes of their land rarely see. Yet Mustang's cocky ambition and reckless demeanor frequently put him at odds with the other knights. Riding on his kingly silver mare without care, and often breaking formation to attain glory at the cost of the safety of his comrades in arms, particularly his rival, who went by the name of Frostman. When it seemed like these knights would not be able to work together, the academy sent for a captain that was well known for strategy and training. But when Mustang went out to the training grounds with his comrades, he discovered that the captain was a beautiful woman with curly blonde hair, and her knowledge of how to ride turned the head of our so-called knight, who so often turned heads himself. And so not only was Mustangs competing to be the best of his comrades, but also fighting for the heart of his instructor. Mustang sought the help of a fellow knight, who his fellow knights gave him the nickname Duck, to help court the instructor, and they formed a friendship, and through Duck's bardic abilities, together they wooed the instructor with an ode about not losing a loving feeling. I like how Bexxy's like, where the fuck is this guy? You don't get it? No one got it?
No.
I am very confused, but highly entertained.
More to come later, because that's 10 minutes.
Duck,
What reference is this?
Frostman.
What the fuck is Frostman?
Oh my god, I'm trying. Wait. The last time was like a Disney tale, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Frozen.
Yeah.
So what is this one?
I will continue adding to this over every different episodes until someone gets it.
I love it. Okay. All right. Well.
Story time over. You feel better now, Fab.
Oi, thank you very much.
What, mate?
Why, mate?
You'll be all right.
Yeah, I still feel like shit.
Gonna sort that out at some point. I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh god, I'm so okay. Better than okay. Okay.
You don't sound okay.
On the inside I am. I'm very happy right now. Yes, so after story time, one last identify, and all the knowledge of what you have before you has been gathered. You don't need to do identify for the bag of holding or the soul gem, because you kind of figured that out through just looking at it. But I will send you the glorious list.
Is it in story form? Damn you, Hemo.
Once was a magical item. Wait, is it Top Gun? I've never watched Top Gun, so I don't know.
I neither have I.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to the drawing board, Nix!
You sound so disappointed.
That's fine. That means I
Okay,
have to move
so
on to another one.
as Nix shouts out, and you all kind of like stop, the wagon stops, and you're just like eager to hear what you have found. So.
Okay, well, guys, before we head to Kresk, this magnificent items that were found within the Fitatov's vault, so to speak, I believe I've understood the majority of what to do with these. First thing, this wonderful cape that I found in the maze off of that skeleton. This one here is somewhat a commonish item, but it's a cape of Countbank.
What?
Mountbank, but Bexxy put it Countbank.
Of course I did.
So it's like basically you're saying that's exactly it's like for like Cape of the Countbank.
Yes, yes.
So it's
yes,
like-
it is. It's just a
So
pond.
it's like a
It's
space gateway.
dimension door.
Okay.
It's what May not May. Yeah, what May.
Yes, miss.
Once per day, you can cast Dimension Door as an action, where it also summons a lightly obscured smoke cloud around you when you teleport and where you appear.
Neat. That's really good. This one here is a small figurine. It's made of it's like in the shape of a raven, and this is a figurine of wondrous power. And those who speak a command word can theoretically become a raven for up to 12 hours, but can't be used after that for 2 days. But while in raven form, you'll be able to cast Animal Messenger and speak to animals.
Oh no, the actual figurine turns into a raven.
The raven can become... Okay, so it's basically what Lorna has, but in
it's-
bird form.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
and then
Mrs.
and it allows you to cast Animal Messenger spell on it at will.
Gotcha. Okay, there is here a headband of intellect for those not so smart people, such as me, perhaps. I don't know. We have that bag of holding. We have this breastplate. I don't know if anyone else other than me can theoretically wear breastplates. I don't know if Thad can, but I think he's wearing a little bit squishy leathers. But this one is called the Armor of Veins. And it's a bit creepy. But
Sounds a bit foreboding.
once per turn, you can spend, I guess, metagaming. You spend a hit die and add it to hit or the damage of one weapon attack. Must be declared before you roll to hit roll damage. So, not necessarily useful because I don't think Illyria wears medium armor.
Illyria isn't even proficient in medium armor.
So only Nyx is proficient in medium armor. So I guess that kind of solves that.
What is a hit die, Nix? What are you talking about?
Well, okay,
You know when you get hit in the face and then you go, ouch, dice.
it's a health die.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
So
I'm
how
assuming.
How this actually looks is that you basically open a vein and you feed it to the armor.
Oh, so edgy.
Is it like a Little Shop of Horrors armor?
It's so edgy, I almost want it, but I can't wear it.
Oh my god, my
Maybe you can practice?
Can I?
Yeah, I mean, sure. If through a level up, you can, you know,
Yeah.
or
I'll
just
have to
time,
see.
time or level up,
But for the time
and
being,
justification.
Penalty for wearing armor you aren't proficient in. Generally speaking, usually your speed is halved,
Yes.
and you would usually be at disadvantage on attacks. But it's up to the DM.
I don't know what a DM is, but I know what a Force Master is, or a Game Master.
Yeah, it's up to the frost monster.
Next up, anyway.
Next up is this beautiful dagger. Maybe Amatir might like this one. It's called the Dagger of Rebirth. It's a +1, very sharp.
Oh.
If the dagger was the last thing to deal damage to a creature that dies, the thing will rise as a zombie version of itself in the
Ugh,
next
spooky.
turn to attack the enemies of the dagger, of whoever is holding the dagger. So be mindful about who is your enemy. It will be about half the health of its original former self, and can only, slap it, scratch it, whatever. And lasts for about an hour. The zombie
Ooh.
does.
Spooky. I think Fad might be able to put it to better use, though. Considering I don't
As in
really...
you maybe get back that other dagger you gave.
Yes.
Thad looks like shiny. Ooh, interesting.
Oi, yeah, I want the dagger.
Oh yeah, stab.
I could use some zombies. Yeah, I'm a mercenary.
This is what Thad is to you guys. Oh my god. Anyway,
Then there's some sending stones and a compass of stalking.
A compass.
Ooh, compass is stocking. What is a compass is stocking next?
Well, okay, calm down.
Okay, it's stocking. It's cool.
The compass can be set to either purple or white sending stone, and until the compass is set to the other stone, the compass always shows the general direction of that stone. So theoretically, one person has the compass, and if you're all like venturing off or whatever, if we split up, we can give you a couple of the stones, and then we always know where you are.
Or we can plant it in someone you want to follow, and then we'll know the exact location anywhere, anytime.
Sure, absolutely. Right up the pooper.
Yes.
There were two stones. One was a milky white, and then there was a milky purple. So you can set it to either.
What if you put both of them up the pooper?
Well, then it doesn't matter. Then two stones have a conversation with each other in somebody's pooper.
Let me wink.
Hey, it's sucking too.
We have feedback process between the two. Anyway.
It's like having that one guy who doesn't like have a mic, have headphones.
And then we have this soul gem, and if I'm looking closely at it, it looks like it can take quite a lot of souls in this one. It also has... as far as there's a lot of lights in here, but from what I can tell, and he like shakes it like a snow globe. It has one... are you sure you want to revise
Yeah, well, 3 small bright red.
So 3 potency 1, 2 potency 2, and 3 potency 3 is what you meant.
No, 1 potency 3, 2 potency 2, and 3 potency 1.
So like write it properly then.
Well, 1 second. 1 second. Don't agitate the GM. There we go.
There you go. Cool. Okay, so 1 potency 3, 2 potency 2, and 3 potency 1. Now, I'm totally happy to just like straight up suck this into me right now. But how are you all doing with your souls?
Honestly, I am a bit low. I would appreciate at least part of that.
Sure, Casimir. Would you
If
need...
possible.
Which one would you need?
I would prefer 1 or 2 of the smaller ones.
2 of the small ones? How about you take 1 of the middle one and 1 of the small ones?
That is acceptable. I thank you.
Of course. Hamatia, you all good? Hamatia.
Mardia.
I think
Are you
Mark is
cookie?
good.
Cookie.
Yes. Sorry, I was muted.
Oh no.
Are you good?
Yes.
For souls, you have enough?
Oh, yes, I don't let them loose so easily, so we're still here.
Well, if I would just be able to get a little bit, it's fine.
No, you should have it. Your power and your abilities are precious to the success of this mission, so I think you should have it, genuinely.
Thank you. I will take the remainder then, and if you need something, I can always pass it off.
Sure. Yes.
And he like absorbs the regular souls and leaves the 2 for Casimir and tosses him the soul gem.
He
I
catches
want
it deftly.
I will have the container back though, just so you know, just in case we come across anything more that needs to be stored.
Can I have the cloak of the Count Mac? Keen. How did you call it again?
The count bank.
Count Bank, yes, that one.
I mean, you feel that it works for you? Sure. I mean, do you feel like the only thing that I would ever possibly talk about is the fact that you can turn invisible.
Right, so maybe we should. Hmm. Yes. Who needs to get out most of hairy situations here? Who has the least amount of protection? Fad, probably.
I think getting him close to people is what is really necessary, and if we can get around and he can poof everywhere, I think he'll be happy with it. Maybe that will take off his depression arc.
Oh, I'm not
We can-
depressed. I'm just floating away, mate. Don't tell me
Well-
what to do, mate.
It won't be long, that I promise. I just need to get a little bit stronger, and I can help you out.
Alright, but it's your... Don't keep me like this, mate. You know what I'm saying?
So once we get to Kresk, we give him the food and everything is nice and dandy.
Well, that's the thing. I just want to know if Dimitri actually knows of how his ancestors were, or if it's something unknown
what?
to him.
Why does it matter? It happened 500 years ago. He has no accountability to whatever some sort of ancestor did.
No, but the guy needs some sort of pick-me-up. If he's going to lead Kresk, we've got the food, right? That's
Yes.
one problem that we left Kresk with. The other problem is a leader, and if someone is so broken,
So, what exactly are you going to say to him? Hey, your ancestor probably poisoned people 500 years ago?
no. Not it. History is written by the victors. We are the victors. We can write history if they don't know it.
So we are lying to him?
I think it's less lying and more motivational speaking.
I don't see how this would help with motivational speeches, but I trust you.
I'm just trying to think of something to like. Okay, maybe we bring back the barrels and we say, hey, you don't have to worry about food anymore, and then maybe that perks him right up.
Yes, I don't think having such a blatant lie will be any helpful. I mean, if you lie, should basically some of it in truth.
I can try and come up with some sort of spin on it a little bit, as long as you back me up when
That'll be better, yes.
Right.
Maybe he fought for the preservation of Kresk and he was willing to do anything to do it.
Let's find out if he knows anything about it and whether or not he even cares first, and then I'll put some sort of extra words together. But to distribute these things here, we have that figurine. If Thad, you take this cape, and you like, if it looks to Illyria first, before he bundles it up and throws it to him,
Are you looking at me?
just in case you were like eyeing that cloak like with desire.
I mean, it's neat, but the lyric, like, you know, is. She doesn't really need it.
I mean, you have a lightsaber. What more do you need?
Yeah.
I have a lightsaber. What more do I need? A lightsaber who doesn't like me much, by the way.
I know you made up when you like pleaded with it, but you you could technically have the silver raven to someone to talk to that doesn't hate you.
Ouch! Wait, what about you guys?
No, yeah, no.
I did not say a word. Nix is not speaking for me in this case. But hey, Nix, if you have any sort of...
It's a joke. It's a joke. He tosses the figurine of wondrous power to Illyria. Of a raven. Then there's this headband of intellect that makes you smart.
what, like, does it make me more smart or does it make me more cunning?
I believe it's intelligence.
If you have to like put a value on it, Nix, how much more would it give?
Well, it kind of sets your intelligence to something quite high. Um, between 1 and 20, around 19.
Good try.
Oh, I see.
It's a question of I have a few things that I could benefit from this, but I'm happy to give it to you if you feel like you wish to understand more things about the world.
I do.
Then he throws the headband of intellect to Hamatia.
Yes, buy it intelligence.
It's a platinum chain that sits, underneath your hair, and then it comes out to your forehead, and there in your forehead will rest a droplet-shaped black pearl.
Oh, nice. Do I need to attune to it or?
Yes.
We'll play with it for an hour.
Okay. So what do I need to do to attune to it? Oh wait, what's shit?
This thing goes alone.
Yeah.
Spend time with it. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, sometimes you need to kill a book or like almost fall to your death in order to get into an item or something, Shit, or kill a demon.
I can't say that ever happened to me, no.
There are many horrible things in Barovia. I don't think I should add to the list. Do you want me to add to the list? Do you want to have more?
No.
Okay.
It's fine now.
Yeah,
no,
okay, alright, okay.
It's fine, Bexxy. It's fine. It's completely and utterly fine.
Yeah, okay.
So Nyx will, I guess, take the breastplate for now and replace it with his one. It is a +1 breastplate, so that gives him a little bit more AC, which is lovely.
Yay.
Dagger of Rebirth will go to Thad, I suppose, because he's needing to stab things magically these days.
I think that will give Hamatia the silver dagger back because he has longest for it. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Illyria, do you want the Sending Stones and Compass of Stalking?
I mean, I guess I can hold on to it, but
Yeah, like remember.
I think that's more of like a party property sort of deal thing.
Sure,
But there
someone
should
has to hold
be,
it.
Yeah.
in case you get separated, I need to know who has what.
Yeah.
Illyria is
Well-
the designated stalker.
I mean, Nyx can hold
I
one of the
mean-
stones. And
I
so
feel
can...
like Illyria might want to hold one of the stones and maybe you guys. Because I feel like Illyria is probably most likely person to be kidnapped.
Yeah, that's probably true. Maybe Nyx holds on to the compass and gives the stone to Hamatia and to Illyria.
Oh, cool. So Nyx is the designated stalker. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Nyx
Well,
is.
he's the one that brought everyone in here, I suppose. So he's gonna have to be the one that, well, not.
He's
everyone,
gonna be
everyone,
he's gonna have to be the one who finds us when we wander off.
Yeah, freaking herd cats.
Okay, so the Cave of Campback to and Dagger Rebirth to Mr.
To
Thad.
Thad. Yeah.
Armor of Veins and the Compass of Stalking, as well as the empty soul gem to Nyx. There we go.
Yep.
Silver Raven and one of the stones to Illyria, and the other stone as well as the headband of intellect to Martia.
Woo. I'm
Nice.
smart.
I am so interested to see like an educated, like smart Hamatia, just like, wait a second, I've been eating worms this whole time.
Is that an intelligence thing though? I mean, I think
No, it's
worms
more
can
like a-
be
no.
high in protein, you know?
Maybe it is smart.
Yeah.
No, the Martia.
It's more of a
Is there a
culture thing.
limit in Frostmark? Is there a limit of attuned things?
Yes, 3.
Right. I don't have that on the actual character sheet, so I'm gonna have to redo some stuff.
Oh no.
So, just telling it with you, now Hamati's intelligence is 90.
Yes.
Yes.
After I tuned to it.
Plus 4.
Cool.
After you. So I'm just gonna put it in the languages and proficiencies instead. So armor of veins, golden statuette.
The compass isn't attunement.
Now.
The armor is.
I'm going to specify, Cookie, that the headband of intellect doesn't give you magically knowledge of things you do not actually know, but it makes your brain sharper and your memory better.
Ooh, I see. Okay, nice. I finally don't have negative perception. Let's go.
Yes. It's not like Wikipedia gets downloaded into your brain or something like that. Okay. All right. Then let's carry on.
Oh man.
So, a bit giddy and proud. The dangerous things to feel in Barovia. You walk the last bit up to the walls of Krusk. But before that, Casimir have politely stepped aside, informing you again that he will wait for your return tomorrow morning, or tomorrow at some point, saying that he will wait for you patiently. It is considerably easier to get into the gates this time around. First of all, they recognize you. And second, the second you mentioned that you have food, the massive gates opens faster than it takes for you to say the word please. You park like the last time, just up the road a little bit, besides Luca's now empty barn. As the news of your arrival and food spread slowly throughout the village. An slow but unstoppable tidal wave that you have set into motion. Is there something you want to do as preparation, as you're unaccosted for now?
I want to go speak to Dimitri, I suppose. Or if he's here, or maybe just have a quick conversation with him.
There seems to be some movement going around the village, so for now you're just parking and taking care of the horses, giving them off to Luca, things like that. It might be that he might come to you in the next couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely something stirring within the camp, within the village.
What kind of stirring? Like positivity? Or anger? What does it feel like?
The people at the gate hearing that you have food was definitely something positive. And they waved you in, and then one guy shouted to the other, hey, the strange outsiders, they got food. What? Yeah, go tell the others. Oh, okay. And then that guy went, hey, you, the outsiders have food. What? Yeah, go tell the others. Oh, okay. Hey, you over there. Yeah.
What did the other guy say?
Don't you want to know? It gets out of your earshot.
Right. I think Nix would suggest that the best place to put these barrels is not out in the open, but to basically have a food house where people can form an orderly queue to come pick up some food, and so it's protected as well. So people don't just wrestle in and grab a barrel and run away.
Mm-hmm. So you want to start unloading the crates and the barrels and try to find a place to store it?
Yeah.
Okay. Illyria? Anything?
Lyra is gonna help sort out the whole food situation.
Okay. You also help to offload.
Help carry stuff around.
Okay, perfect. I can continue.
Mattia wants to check on the big guy.
Luca?
Luca, yes.
Yeah. Luca is one of the first people who kind of show their faces. There's a big like bruise on his forehead, and it looks like he's been crying.
No.
But he does perk up when well, first of all, he sees you and seems to perk up a little bit, but then he gets like very perked up when he sees the horses. And immediately comes forward and goes, "Oh, my lovelies, you're back. Oh, you're so cute. Come here. You want an apple? I still have an apple somewhere." And he just beelines for your horses and immediately starts cutting with them.
It doesn't say anything, she just wears this warm smile, saying this.
Yeah.
On the sidelines, mostly.
Okay. As you're halfway through unloading the wagon, there's a sizable crowd that has formed around you. Curious as to what you have brought, and there's already some carefully positive whispers around from seeing the barrels and the crates being offloaded. But they do not realize yet how truly lucky they are. No one approaches just yet, but opting for the burgomaster to come, who somebody has already ran a minute ago to come and fetch them, and so just a moment thereafter, Dimitri kind of parts the crowd. He has these heavy bags underneath his eyes, and he has that ever-present stress clear on his face as he comes jogging to you. Hello, welcome back. What is it that you have brought? I mean, why have you returned so quickly? What is this?
Why have we returned so quickly? Because we did our job. That's why.
How?
Why are you so hostile?
No, I mean, I'm just... This is... How did you find... Truly? Do you have everything? Enough to... Is this... This is enough? Where did you find this?
Dimitri, are you really questioning whether heroes are actually doing their job or not?
I mean, unlike some of us here, we are competent.
There are a number of faces that kind of turn to Dimitri of they said what? Whoa, that was... Ooh, that's a bit of a burn. How are you gonna take this, Dimitri? Kind of side-eye glance. What? No.
We can take this back if you don't want it.
No, I mean... How can we ever pay you?
It's not a question of being paid, Dimitri. It's a question of what is right, as should be the case.
We don't want to be paid. We wanted to save Crest.
We wanted to make allies. We wanted to make friends.
Well...
There's too much separation of the folk of Barovia. Everyone is out for themselves, and everyone is never looking after their neighbor.
Well, if that's all you ask, I don't even know what's in these crates, but our friendship and our alliance that you have, friends, of course.
Then I hope you have a healthy appetite.
Yes? Oh, he says confused, but the whole crowd goes oh, hell yeah, I can go for a bite. What about you? Yeah, I do feel peckish.
Maybe thirsty for a little bit of wine, perhaps?
Oh, at that point, there's a very excited murmur, another tidal wave.
Something to warm your bellies and your hearts after such a...
The crowd takes 3 steps forward.
Nick's faces the crowd, I suppose, and says, "Look, everyone.
what has happened here, what is now available to you, is something that would not have happened should you have injured this poor dear boy who looks after your horses so well. And so he is going to be in charge of making sure everyone gets their fair share. There'll be enough to go around to everyone. But if you rush the line, if you try and take more than you possibly can have, well, I think he should be able to make sure you're kept in line. You were so eager to punish him for nothing he did, and all he wants is for you to accept him.
What? What? Cow master, horse master, and now food master? Luca like. He looks like real proud of himself.
I look at Luca and say, Luca, what would you say is your most favorite food?
Carrots. Carrots.
Carrots?
Oh,
Just
yeah,
raw carrots?
They're sweet and they're orange.
God. I think of a carrot
so
and like
bad.
reach into the barrel and pull one out.
You pull up like this cluster of
Holding
like
by the green
yeah,
stems.
exactly. And they're all like the slightly smaller carrots, like more of the like
The fancy sweet carrots.
yeah, like what would it be said on like on a menu, like spring primaries, you know?
Yeah.
Or slightly
And
glazed, you know,
a
and
bushel of slightly glazed, like sticky honey carrots.
and he gets very excited and rushes forward and immediately starts like chomping down on one of them. The crowd kind of gets a little bit surprised. There's some whispers, and yeah, I mean, and then there's like one brave person shouting, you know, out, "We were going to share anyway. Like that's what we have always done. We're a small community. We wouldn't steal."
Empathy check?
Okay.
Empathy, composure.
22. A natural 20.
What? Okay, both of you can clearly see, one of you slightly better, that they're slightly offended by you, thinking that they would not treat each other as proper neighbors. Illyria, you're slightly distracted by the grumbling stomach, seeing Lucas just devour these carrots. They do smell nice. No, they are offended to think that you would think so lowly of them. And they're surprised that Luca is getting this, you know, responsibility, but considering the respect they hold for you and that Luca doesn't have much to do now that all of his cows are dead, they're pretty okay with it.
Now he has purpose.
But they're like, is this necessary? They question if it's necessary because they would have divided up the food very equally on their own.
Look, the idea isn't to limit the amount that you get. It's more about making sure that everyone gets some. If you divide it up, great, then perfect. It's more like if we have these barrels of food, just so that someone watches over them, so someone doesn't take them, someone to be responsible for them. I think it needs someone.
The crowd looks to Dimitri. Dimitri looks to the crowd. The crowd looks to Luca. Luca looks to the crowd. The crowd looks to you all. And they all like shrug their shoulders, like, "Oh, okay, fine."
Nix does like an Obama nod, and like reaches into one of the barrels and
What
brings
is
out,
an
like,
Obama nod?
You know, like the not bad
bad.
gift. Yeah.
Oh, not bad Obama. Okay.
Not bad. Obama.
Oh, bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And reaches in and pulls out thinks of a Dragon Crush wine.
Yeah. Yeah. And you pull out a Dragon Crush wine with a vintage that is about. What did I say the other vintage was? Oh my god.
The other vintage.
Like the oldest one, Champagne de la Storm?
Champagne de la Storm.
Yeah, it was like
39,
know,
36, right? Something like that?
Yeah.
This one is from the early 900s.
The early. Oh, God, it's like a freaking like a billion gold bottle of wine.
Like 3912 or something like that, you know? And
I hand it to Dimitri.
Dimitri looks down on it. Everyone falls into stunned silence. Most of all, Dimitri. But the crowd then starts to cheer. Immediately swarms you with friendly claps on the back, warm hugs with no debating, wide smiles, and many a complimenting. There we go. And grateful word shared. Dimitri doesn't really recover. He doesn't say anything. He sits down on like a porch and immediately uncorks a bottle and takes a big swing. Completely flabbergasted. The crowd like helps to unload the wagons, completely taking any like physical exertion off your backs, kind of position all of it beside Lucas' barn because it hasn't been completely cleaned out. They don't really want all of this food to be inside of the horrific blood massacre that is inside of the barn still.
Understandable.
Yeah. And with like Luca overseeing it all and being really like hearty and laughy, but getting a little bit stressed out over all this responsibility. The crowd's mood shifts into a celebrative one. As Dimitri is kind of tapped out for now, the villagers take charge themselves, and they decide that right now, today is a perfect day for a feast. And you are the guest of honor, invited into any house that you please. The barrels are used vigorously, but with the oversight of Luca. And every household takes enough to make one dish. Then they return to their households, prepare that food into quite a large quantity, and then they spend this whole night going from place to place, from house to house, taking a little bit with them of what they have created, and eating a little bit of where they're going. And so there's like this huge kind of like picnic between the 70-ish souls that live here and the 20 or 30 or so abodes that there is here. It is like one large dynamic revolving revelry. Random as to which house you're going to, how many and which people are there, and it's constantly changing as people are jumping between the houses. And you can see that the faces of these childless, grave-robbed, but not anymore food-stressed Kreskites, that a party was really needed.
Yay!
Yay!
Hey!
Amatia will probably at some point sleep to somewhere nice and quiet.
Well, let's calm down. We're not at the sleep portion yet. You have a whole evening.
Yes, but she is kind of feeling uncomfortable with all the place.
Oh. So, you got a run of the whole area. Is there anything you want to do?
You two should probably, you three should probably
Is that
celebrate.
what you want to do, Adrian?
Dum.
Honestly, that just weirds me out.
Yeah, me too. That's. Ugh. Ew.
What is going on? Am I missing something?
Anyway, the Discord chat.
Oh,
Does Nyx want to do anything? Yeah, he will go up the mountain to the abbey to check on Lottie and
Yeah, I was about to say
Cloven.
Illyria would probably like to come along for that.
Okay.
we can go for a night stroll.
Okay.
Hamatia will go to the well and continue her sewing. Her little pet project there.
Okay. You sit down by the clear grass to sew a little bit.
Mhm.
There are some people who approach and tries to make polite conversation with you. Try to make you feel more included into the all like festivities that are going on.
Oh, she want to deny them the conversation.
Okay, but you're not particularly enthusiastic either, I guess.
Yeah, but she's putting like a nice mask about it, I think.
Okay. Alright, so they'll last for like a respectable amount of time, but then they realize like you don't want to be disturbed eventually and they leave. But you know, it happens from time to time that you're disturbed like this by either a person or a group. Okay, Illyria and Nyx goes up the mountain. The abbey is very quiet now, you know, in comparison to what it was before. The first time you went in there were a lot of different sounds. Now it just feels like echo of the past. Cloven rushes down the stairs with the backside of his viola kind of raised, thinking that he has to fend off some kind of intruder. But then sees his, the master and wishes him welcome, immediately puts it down and like frets over Nyx and his reaction. And you learn from him that he has spent most of his time taking care of every need of Lottie, as well as digging a lot of graves.
I'm sorry you had to do that, Cloven, but I'm sure they're much better peace now. I'm glad that Lottie is doing okay too. Are you doing okay?
You know me, yeah. I'm alright.
I want to look at him and assess how pissed he is. Or drunk.
He is pretty sauced, but he seems more exhausted than anything else. Feeling a little bit lonely, but the peace and quiet is nice. Master is very nice. After years.
Well, you have the wonderful baby on your shoulder to keep you company.
Vin is I guess I should see it in a positive light, because it was a gift, or at least that's what they said, but I do find him quite annoying. And immediately the smaller baby head starts to cry. And he just sighs. Just kind of like sinks into himself in just utter defeat.
Well, the good news, Cloven, is that the town is now taken care of from their immediate problems with food. And this winter won't be so bleak. so they are unlikely to come and storm up here into the abbey and loot the place. So, all in all, I think, well, Kresk certainly is a location that seems to be, at least for now, peaceful.
Wow!
The only thing we have yet to resolve are some
That's really
issues
good.
with the children that have been taken.
Oh,
But we have a lead on where they are, and if we can help Kresk even more, then it can only serve everyone else.
wait, did you fix the food problem, Master?
Well, I would say it's a group effort, but yes.
That's a lot of food to acquire in one day. Do you have some kind of awesome super farm magic or master hunter? And he like looks up to you with like the widest, most like adoring eyes.
Bambi eyes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't.
Don't want people to, starve. I made the problem, I fixed the problem.
No, I have seen that. It's difficult to watch.
Difficult to watch. What was difficult to watch?
Starving.
Ah, true. That is true.
When they misbehave, that's one of the punishments I was allowed to do.
And now the abbot is gone, and the people of Kresk are happy. So-
Good.
Maybe the next thing to do is to, tidy this place up a bit. If this place is meant to be providing some sort of bastion of hope, and no longer a bastion of torment. Once you're done with here, with burying everyone, feel free to tidy it up as you will, and treat this place as your own home.
You can see like the heaviest of sighs, like this tired kind of look in his face, until it like a mask puts into place on top of it. And, as you wish, Master.
And just so it's not like me ordering you around, I went and found something very special for you when we went out looking for food.
What?
Oh yes. This is a little
Master
bit...
has given Cloven a gift.
Making me so uncomfortable.
Slap him. Yes, it's a sock. And I'll reach into my bag, not the bag of holding, 'cause I haven't transferred my stuff there. It's,
Okay.
I'll reach in and take out the very old bottle of bourbon.
Oh. Okay, so bourbon is the least favorite of yours, eh?
Yeah.
Whiskey, cognac above bourbon. Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. His eyes goes super wide, and then like a blush spreads on his face, and he gets a little bit like shy.
No, this
Thank
is...
you, Master.
This is sipping bourbon, and you'll only have this in special times when you want to reward yourself. This is not something that goes in your flask. Right?
What am I supposed to just drink it with then?
You can have a glass now, just as a thank you for everything you do.
I have been working really hard.
Okay, 2 glasses. Who am I?
He there's like a yay. And like I jump, and he jumps to like the cabinet that holds like cutlery in the main room.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of rushes past you. If you're
He's
saying
a
anything,
short guy, right?
Yeah, it kind of reaches up to just above your hip.
Sure. Then I put the bottle on top of the cabinet to pour in the glasses.
Oh my god. That's so funny. He gives you an incredulous look. One doesn't dispute it, but he's very disappointed. Anything you try to say at this point after you poured the drink is gonna go in one ear and out the other, because he's gonna go and enjoy himself in a corner somewhere. Carefully grabs it with his crustacean, arm, and runs off.
Should we check on Lottie ourselves, Illyria?
I think so. You made him very happy.
Well, you can't run everyone into the ground.
He deserves a little bit of happiness.
A little bit of alcoholism never hurt anyone.
I'm pretty sure it hurt a lot of people.
Okay, fine. Let's check on Lottie. We go and check on Lottie.
Alright, you go upstairs. Oh yeah, by the way, Basilica. Basilica 2 and 3 is still here, because you didn't do anything with them. So Basilica is still standing like a statue in the middle of the main room, still damaged. And Basilica 2 is still underneath the linen on top of the stone slab upstairs.
You want to do anything with these creations?
I don't know what to do with them.
What? They likely. Would Nyx know whether or not these things contain souls? To power them?
I mean, for any kind of magical object to be created, soul power is a necessary part of that. Question is, how much do you know about... Roll me an occult intelligence. You wish you had the headband.
The headband on now. Yeah. Well, yeah.
I try to help with some input from something that I maybe know from my parents.
Oh, yeah. You know what, Illyria, you just roll to see if you're able to cover this complete blank of information.
Sorry, I don't know how to make sex dolls, sorry.
That's a problem Nick's never had.
No, he never needed.
Oh my god!
Illyria knows all about sex dolls.
Oh god.
Oh god. Oh no. Oh, poor Illyria, she was lonely.
Hey, look. Illyria! Illyria!
You don't have to explain yourself, misspent use happen all the time.
Anyway, so these are actually one of the lessons that you remember from your parents.
No.
Why did my parents give me a family where nobles they weren't?
Oh no, the birds and the bees.
Why would my family teach me?
It was like the CPR mannequin, but for like birds and bees and
Because in fact, your family had one.
Oh, oh my!
They had an Illyria too. quite
No,
right.
no, no. What they called it was a golem.
A golem.
Yes. A golem is a non like living material that makes up the body, and then it's infused with a certain amount of potency, enchanted. It's incredibly hard to do, so it's like a bit of the testament to your family's skill, and then is turned into a untirable servant.
It's kind of like
Yeah, but yours were like kind of made out of a mixture between porcelain and clay.
yeah. I'd hope not body parts of other people.
No, that you haven't seen before. Though it seems like, considering what he was talking about, and that what the abbot was talking about, it seems like he was trying to create a golem that was more than just mindless. And like teach her things and, you know, treat her more like a person and try to make the enchantments better and better each time. The question is if he succeeded. She didn't seem that different to you than, you know, what you're used to. So you're a bit unsure about that. But it's absolutely the first time you've seen other people's body parts being used for this, and that a person was kind of created out of it. They were given like an identity that is kind of seen to be like morally wrong. They were treated as merely objects and had nothing to do with other people's body parts in the protectorate. They're tools.
So as we kind of like think about this, at some point, like Illyria, like it's like a light bulb like goes on, and she's like, I think there's some sort of golems.
You say this like you know what it is.
Well,
Like,
it seems similar.
so what do these
We had one.
golems do?
They aren't usually made out of other people's body parts, more like clay.
Oh, that's okay. Good. I was getting a little worried. And so, how do they work?
Well, they make for good servants. They never get tired. They are, well, a body of something like clay, and then you infuse them with a certain amount of soul power, and
So, what happens? How
it's
do you
quite
assign?
complicated to do. But
yeah, I was going to
usually
ask.
they don't have identities.
What I was
They're
going
more
to-
like tools.
But how do you control one?
I assume they just kind of listen to
I
what you order them to do.
Yes. Either there is a creator. This with your critical 20, you remember this. There are two scenarios. Either they are programmed at their creation to listen to the creator, or there is an item for which, when you're holding it or activating it or interacting with it in some way, you are able to control it.
No, we didn't see any of that on the abbot.
No.
So, I programmed at birth. I'm still holding a vial of his blood. Do you think it's enough to make it think that whoever holds this vial of blood is its creator?
I mean, we can try, but do you want to Do you want to, like, take her with us?
No, no, not at all. I just think that Cloven could probably do with some help around here. It's a question of whether or not we want to let it still exist. After all, it is kind of in your likeness. Or we destroy it. Given no one else is coming up here.
I mean, we can see if your idea works. I'm not sure it will, and otherwise,
Let's see how it goes.
probably. I mean, getting rid of her seems incredibly wrong, considering she is supposed to look like, well, Tatiana, but it's a bit eerie, you know?
It is a little. I mean, I don't know about you, but if someone made a sex doll out of my likeness, I'm not sure if I'll be flattered or disgusted.
I mean, I guess it depends on who does it.
Does it?
I mean, it's pretty fucking weird. But I feel more uncomfortable knowing that it was for a vampire tyrant who still holds some sort of feelings for a woman from centuries ago and makes everybody miserable for it.
Well, let's first discover this. Nix
Y-
will like
yeah,
fish
let's
out.
figure this out.
Nix will fish out the vial of silver blood and like hold it in his hand and say, "Golem, sit."
Okay. For funsies' sake, make me a dexterity saving throw. No, a leadership presence.
I shake it real good. Would you allow me guidance on it?
Sure.
I really, really want this to work. No.
You have inspiration.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
At least I don't think I did.
Well, the movement and like the louder tone makes Basilica's eyes dart to yours, but she doesn't move or do anything.
Seems like it's less requiring the vial here and more about having a firm tone. You know, I was reciting many poems. I've been trying to identify things. I'm a little tired. Maybe to respond to you, Lyria. After all, it kind of looks the same. Maybe there's some sort of kindred thing going on. Try it yourself. Just try and tell it to sit or something.
Illyria looks a little bit like put off by this, but she tries. Basilica, come here.
Her eyes dart back to stare at the wall and nothing happens.
I think the only reason it sort of worked for you is might be that I don't want to bring it up again, but he was your father?
I don't mind you bringing it up, really. It's not something that I really dwell on much. I never knew him. I knew what he had done, and I knew that if he was my father, I would have killed him a long time ago. Maybe. But for now,
I don't know, maybe put a sheet over her? I don't know. It seems a little weird to be standing in the middle of the room. But it doesn't seem
With
like...
Illyria, with that like thing, like there is obviously souls put into it when making it, so could you theoretically extract the souls if you like kill it?
Oof. Oof, oof, oof. This like a gray area. It's like between a person and an object. And that question has never come up when it comes to objects because magical items are indestructible unless they're consumable.
And then it brings up the topic of if you awaken a table, does it have a soul?
Yeah, no, it's if you awaken a table, it's just using part of that soul's energies that kind of like linger around it for as long as it remains awakened. But Basilica is like enchanted with souls rather than animated through errant soul energies.
Wow,
So that would mean that she would have... We could technically extract souls if it's a creature that we just end.
Yeah. I guess it would be like a bit of a like the soul mark to use the for the first time. When you fell an enemy that has a soul mark, there is a chance to catch one of the errant souls leaving the soul mark, which would be the enchantment in this case, working as a soul mark. Yeah, there we have it. Like, is a burst of souls leaving the enchantment, and you might be able to catch one.
So if we... It doesn't move unless you say. So if we, I don't know, lit a fire underneath it. And burnt it. It will burn until it is dead. And then we can catch the souls.
Yes. I mean, I guess you could try to stab it as well, but fire would work.
I mean, if you want to do the stabbing, go ahead. But my arm is not fit for so many stabs. But if you want to use your shiny blade, be my guest.
I think you know, Illyria, at this like in this scenario, then like the whole body needs to kind of be destroyed
Okay.
for this to work.
So she would have to beat it. So a fire would probably be a good option.
Yeah, you're not sure. If you cut Basilica into 10 pieces, you know, chances are that she would still be alive, in quotation marks.
That's terrifying. Honestly, I think the fire might actually be our only option, if it works at all.
Well, I do have a couple of torches here. I guess, Wait, there was a fire in the, in the fireplace that was like...
Yeah, you want to put her in the fireplace? Burn her like firewood?
I want to, like, basically
Or it...
burn her by, like, lighting a fire underneath her. Because I don't know if we can move her.
Can try.
I kind of push her a little bit towards the fireplace.
Oh my god.
Maybe I want to push her outside, if possible, if it works. Because, like, cooking someone indoors might be a bit of a stink.
Undead
So
cook.
wrong!
Undead cook. You mean even?
Yeah, it's a cookout. Barbecue.
You can feel like she remains unresponsive at first when you like first touch her, and when she notices that you're trying to push her, some of the muscles kind of like tense up, but she does move a little bit. Her feet doesn't move because you're not broad enough.
Thanks.
I mean, I don't think any of us are.
We can do it
Maybe
together.
if we push together.
Yeah.
Okay, you push together, and with some effort, you are making her like stumble.
We're gonna escort her outside and build a fire underneath. Well, there's already a pyre outside anyway.
Yeah.
So uncomfortable right now.
It's like a robot. It doesn't have feelings.
You spend the better part of 20 till 30 minutes, yes, pushing this flesh golem in the likes of Tatiana out the door and towards the pyre. And when you finally finished, and she kind of standing in some of the like black embers and ash of the mostly burned down like fuel that was here before, you're covered in sweat.
Where's Dad when you need him, eh? Oh, never around.
Yeah. I need a bath.
I mean, sure, me too. I mean, just need to make sure we try and catch whatever comes out of this thing. You know, show true dominance for Boreas.
Oh, we're looking so dominant right now.
I mean, we are in total control. I don't know how it works with things in the Protectorate, but I've never done this before. Just to put it out there.
Neither have I. The GM says as she looks up the mechanics.
Yeah, I don't know if Illyria would have done that before.
But do you have like a recycling plant for your golems?
Oh, I mean, no, she has never recycled a golem. That's why she doesn't exactly know how it works. She just
global
knows
warming in
there's
this world.
souls involved.
Just go on the scrap heap. Like that movie AI.
What happens, like, if a golem, like, do they just stand around forever? Like, if what happens if their master dies? Do they just, like...
Yeah, they waste away slowly over time.
Over hundreds
Damn,
of
that's
thousands of
depressing.
years.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't know how long the abbot lives, so
Yeah.
and he didn't, expect his
You
death.
know what? Like, the object thing seems like the more sustainable method of golem production because you can give it to someone else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
for
Like
sure.
like a car, you know.
Yeah, the one you had in your household was definitely something like passed down through your family. Like,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Were you like that noble that you needed to have this season's model of golem?
oh god,
Yeah, like a part trade-in.
I don't
Oh.
think they're like that common.
oh god, think about all the unfashionable
Yeah, if the
golems.
master left them with
Yeah.
instructions,
In
to do, we'll
storage.
keep carrying out those instructions
years old.
until it is stocked.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. And the last of like Basilica, she was asked to stop, but she did, and because we had the conversation, and yeah. Anyway, okay, Put it in sauce.
I said burn. It's cold in here.
Is it?
No, it's cold outside.
Anyway, you start the fire. It actually takes a while for it to take hold because kind of like her undead flesh is kind of, wet in a sense. So you have to cast probably a few firebolts until it like properly starts to take on its own without your need of help. And you take a few steps back and watch this flesh aberration as a mirror of Tatiana, who is a mirror of you, burned to death towards destruction without any sign of pain, whilst its eyes are intensively locked into yours, Illyria. And with that, we're gonna go for a short
I don't
break.
think Illyria is looking.
If you were, they would. We're gonna go for a short break as I look for the rules. Refill your glasses, empty your stomach, pet your pets, and let's roleplay for a while longer. We're gonna, take a chill.
This is not how I thought today would go.
You know what? I actually, Cookie, I just prepared for a fun feast tonight where you were able to go off and do like hijinks and fun stuff. And here we are.
The party's like, we don't want fun.
I brought it up. I just reminded you of a thing you left behind.
I mean, well, it's something to, I guess, tie up. But it is what it is.
I mean, Illyria, would have wanted to check on I didn't forget her name, Lottie.
Yeah, we were gonna do that anyway, but Bexxy brought it up too. But break it is.
Yeah. It's a resolve saving throw. To catch the soul.
Oh, resolve saving throw? Okay,
Yes,
we're both gonna...
it's exerting your will, and you can do it up to a minute after a spellcaster's death. You were able to catch a soul at random. But you can roll. I would just go and refill my glass. I'll be right back.
Let's roll.
I'm
Illyria,
gonna
try and
grab
catch your
some
own
chocolate
soul.
milk. I don't think that's like my soul.
No, but it's whether or not you catch
I
it or
hope
not.
that's enough.
God.
Oh,
I'm rolling like absolute garbage. That's a nat 1, a nat 4, a nat 4. I did have a 19 earlier though, so I guess that's enough. And I lost the soul check. Wow, absolute garbage. Get your chocolate milk.
righty, I'm back.
Well, that's sad.
Huh?
13 and a 5.
I mean, to be fair, I think Illyria is just very deeply uncomfortable.
Kind of like step forward like super awkwardly when there's hardly anything left, and yeah.
It's mostly ensuring that no one else can control a copy of Illyria, I suppose, as well.
Also, like, I mean,
True.
she was made of other people's body parts.
True. True. I mean, yeah, well, in the sense of karma, we have definitely done something positive.
Like, I don't know how I feel, especially, like, since she apparently looked in the mirror. But, like...
I feel...
Cookie, are you back?
I'm back.
Woo! Okay. Alright. You look up Hamarnia from your finished project and wonder to yourself, damn, Illyria and Nyx must be spending a lot of time in the Snog corner.
What?
What?
The Snog? The Snog?
Snog corner?
The Snog corner?
The kissing corner?
I'm insinuating that they were off on an escapade
Oh.
together.
If she's finished and I'm not there, I should probably try and like pick up whatever food is left.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of food, and you're like given food like left and right, so no problem.
They'll just wander around. Seeing, like, watching people, try to like gauge their mood, and like try to feel something good inside, but I don't think she can today.
Oh. Make me an empathy composure as you take a walk around.
Empathy, composure. 10.
Dead. Okay, I mean, they seem happy. Quite sloshed. Probably a long time ago they were able to partake into alcohol in this way. And there are some families though that seem a bit somber than the others. You're not entirely sure why. But what does disturb you though to see is this warmth, this love, this appreciation that is freely given and received between family members and neighbors.
Yeah, Martia is feeling really uncomfortable, but she'll go into one of like more of the somber households, and she will like have a little knock, like little.
The door like immediately opens, and there's seems to be 2 or 3 families inside that is like sharing a dinner around like 3 dinner tables that have been kind of pushed into one. They're like eating up the space of this home. There's like nothing but these 3 tables, and everything else has been like pushed to the walls. There's lively crackling fireplace and a lot of just people of different ages and None of them are fancy or special. They're just them. And they're a bit surprised to see you. I mean, you are definitely considered to be special at this point. You'll probably think to themselves that you should be somewhere off more important. But they welcome you in nonetheless, and like immediately push you to the table and sit you down, and like rain questions on you. I'm like, should we take your coat? Do you want to have this to drink? Do you want to have this to eat? Do you want a blanket?
Just a little bit of food. I just want to sit for a while with you, if that's okay. I'm actually interested in viewing. How are things here? Are you okay?
The one that kind of reaches forward a little bit is this middle-aged man, like brown-haired, has healthy scruff over his beard, over his chin. A little bit of mud still kind of splattered on his cheek that he hasn't caught and like cleaned. This big, slightly red nose, but he has these pretty kind eyes, and he leans forward on the table with his elbow on it. This is way better. This food, this feast, I mean, I've said it before, but once again, I mean, everybody here says thank you, and everybody kind of like concurs. I've also heard that you have been doing some strange things up at the Abbey as well.
Yes, some nasty business there, I'm afraid. Nothing we could really salvage from over there.
Half the people in the room look like, yeah, I told you so. Told you so. The other half looks disappointed. It looks
What
like.
did you expect?
I expected that perhaps there was something misunderstood up there that could perhaps help us in our plight. My wife, on the other hand, thinks that I'm a big, fat, optimistic idiot. And apparently she's right.
I mean, optimism is good. Just because there was one place where things are unsalvageable doesn't mean, you lose all hope. I mean, look what we've done here. I don't think a lot of people have thought that things will get better here, but here we are.
I agree. That's why I haven't given up hope for my Nyanko.
Your uncle?
Nyanko, yes, he reaches out his hand, and this slender, like dark-haired woman kind of steps in and takes his hand, and they kind of look at each other with a very serious and sad look on their face before he turns back. My eldest. Taken about a month ago.
I see.
Wait, you guys, you have done so many miracles so far. Would you... I mean, she's surely still alive. She's a strong girl.
We are planning to investigate the kidnappings. I can't...
That's wonderful news! And everybody, like, concurs and...
Wait. I can't guarantee her safety right now, but what I can guarantee is that we will try our best and do whatever we can to retrieve her. And that you have my word.
No matter how you like placating words of like trying to bring people back to reality, the murmurs that are going through the people here are in the vein of that the task is already finished, you have succeeded, it's just a matter of time. They have such faith in you.
She's a bit taken aback by this.
And the man and the woman that you've been talking to, they look at each other with like renewed hope, big smiles, and you are certainly a gift sent here by the Morning Lord. Thank you so much. We eagerly await Nyanko to return to us.
You know that meme where you have like this one guy shaking the hand and the one guy being utterly bewildered?
Yeah.
Something like this.
Well, perhaps in the meanwhile I can still entertain you. I come from quite far, actually, from Valaki, if you know where that is. So,
Yes, of course we know Valaki.
Now we had some tales there, a little bit of folklore, a little bit of art that I am willing to share for this festive night.
They like hang on to every word you say and are super interested in what you're interested in, and they ask you all the time if you want something to drink or something to eat, and they
She accepts at some point.
Yeah.
At some point she's like, yeah, I wanna fucking eat.
they accommodate you as much as possible. It's like, this big Italian or Greek family, that really wants to make you
Yeah.
comfortable and homey, Well, 3 of them at the same time, so, 3 times worth of attention. Anyway, you have a really nice time in this random little hut somewhere. Illyria, Nyx, after watching the last of Basilica the Third burn down, what do you want to do?
Well, we wanted to check on Lottie.
Oh yes. You go to check on Lottie. She is wrapped, into a blanket. There were an infection, if I remember correctly, in her room, but you took care of that. But it's still like burning a little bit through her body, like she is still exhausted from it. But you're able to like awake her. It's not like she was in a coma or was unconscious or something. She was just in a very deep sleep, but she seemed very drowsy, and she seems there's like a mixture between melancholy and happiness to see you guys. But she just managed to get like a few greetings in and out and like say how she feels, that she's groggy but feeling much better. Before she kind of drifts back to sleep.
Bad things are going right. We need to find Gilly. And let them know he's here. She's here. But we have a plan. So I think maybe everything is fine up here, we can head back down and hook up with Amatia and Dad, have a bite to eat, and then maybe get some rest. I'm pretty tired.
I was just talking to myself. You said you can locate him with that bell, right?
True. But it has a range.
What about... I mean, it's a bit of a stretch, it would have to find him, but what about that raven statue?
You want... that is an idea. You could potentially turn it into a raven and tell it to look for you something and to return back to you when it finds what it's looking for. But you have to be very specific, I think. Whilst I think ravens are smart, I don't know if without a good description they will be able to understand who they're looking for. But a smart choice.
We should be able to describe him pretty well, I mean...
I can maybe do a small sketch in my book.
With the identify spell, you're able to learn the specifics of this. You specify a location which you must have visited, and the recipient who matches the general description.
But we haven't visited.
You also speak a message of up to 25 words. And then it goes. It travels.
No, as for the has visited, it's a question of whether or not as for the telling us where she was is enough.
I don't think so.
I mean, if Asphoda was here, and she said it, because it says
Yeah.
which you must have visited, so it needs to be
Let's
the caster of
need
the
to
spell.
open it up.
If we can't, well, we'll have to visit there, so I don't think that would really work. But this locate object spell does have a range. It's not like I can understand where like on the other side of Barovia where the bottle of wine is. It's more, I mean, within the general
yes, but
vicinity.
we know where he should be, and we're headed there anyways.
He's a little bit further to the east, so, well, maybe if he's still there, we don't even know. But last time Asphoda told me where they went, Lottie and Gilly took some kids there and then left them.
Well, Lottie mentioned that he was looking for the boys as well, right?
Right, so he could
So
also
he's
be...
probably somewhere around the fort.
Well, I will cast the spell as we get closer to the area, just in case. But for now, let's let her
Maybe we
rise.
can take a little detour just to see if we can find him.
Let's see. Well, one step at a time. We obviously can't do anything right now. It's getting late, and we can still stick to the plan of going and trying to deal with these werewolves. And on the way, we'll try and see if we can see if Gilly is around with the spell too.
Yeah, I just think it's important because Lottie needs him.
True. I will try and see if I
So
can
what
figure
is
out
the
the
range
spell.
on that spell?
It's in the general vicinity, about 300 meters or so.
All right.
You okay, Elliot?
That thing just creeped me out.
I mean, you
it
basically
was-
burned yourself.
Looking at me.
Okay. You know it was made of body parts, right?
Yes, I do know. The abbot was obviously trying to do something with it, and I don't know. I mean, it obviously didn't really feel anything. It's just very, very off-putting.
Most things are in Barovia.
Well, I think I figured that out when I opened a closet and found was it Annabelle or Arabelle?
I just stopped thinking about that, Illyria. Why are you bringing it up again?
I mean, you were the one who mentioned the sex doll thing.
But I would sooner forget everything that we've been through. It's just very curious that over the course of time that I've been with you, we have encountered two various degrees of cursed sex dolls. So I hope this is not a trend.
I really don't hope so. I mean, I don't think... Are things in Barovia? I mean, yeah, they are pretty bad, but...
I mean, there isn't that many places to get relief, so whilst I don't condone it, I can somewhat understand it.
I mean, don't you have, like, I don't know, a brothel or something?
I mean, you want to visit one?
Not for me personally, but I'm just like, why is there a need for cursed sex?
There are a few brothels in Barovia. They're called Vistani camps.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Been there. Look, I don't want you to assume that the few people that we've encountered in our brief time that we've been together is indicative of the rest of Barovia. I'm sure everyone is generally kind of normal here, but...
Nix, I've seen and we've done plenty for the normal people of Barovia.
So now it's time to do something for the sex perverts?
No, we are just going to ignore and forget about those. She just kind of smiles. Like a little laugh.
Like, Nix, like, just begins to smile, and then he, like, thinks to himself, wait, are you talking about me?
Surprisingly, I'm not talking about you.
That's good. It's been
Unless you think of yourself as a sex pervert?
No, well... I wouldn't call myself a pervert, for sure, but... Everyone has their different perspectives. Some people think of Vistani as just lewd creatures that just want to sleep with everything that walks. At least I have standards.
Whatever you say.
Shall we head back down?
Should we not take care of Basilica too?
Basilica Beta?
Sure, we can do some more burning of sex dolls before dinner time.
I mean, I'd rather not have to come back up here tomorrow to burn another one.
But it was...
You can go on and like get some food and I'll deal with it.
We literally had difficulty pushing this one standing up together, and you expecting to do this alone? No, Riria.
And let's get this over with.
My back is going to kill me in the morning.
Do you want a massage?
Are you offering?
Maybe.
I'll hold you to it, Illyria.
Alright then.
Whoa.
That's like the weirdest thing to bond over. Like, I've had plenty of weird character bonding moments.
Excuse me, whilst we bond over Nick's putting his back out whilst moving sex dolls into a pyre.
This is the first time that Deliria has, like, not rejected Nyx, though, in any shape or form. Like, wow. Everything has been, I stab you.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Let me describe this first of all. Because I'm sure you're all dying to hear. Actually, Basilica 2 is easier than the first. First of all, that happens is that when you like lift the linen and that stench hits you, like the rotting body parts of Basilica 2, which is not as well crafted as the Basilica 3. It's those, you know, Illyria eyes immediately darting to you all and looking around frantically. This one is not as like looking at one area intensively. This one is like moving all over the place and is looking around, but cannot move anything else, anything at all. It's just the eyes, and that is all you've seen Basilica 2 being able to move. But you kind of like roll her off the table, and then with your feet and your not really hands. You kind of do this with your feet. Kind of like this weird squishing sound.
Oh no!
You know, like the flesh giving away a little bit and a little bit of pus coming out the first few times you do it. Anyway, you roll her, which is actually easier than making Basilica 3 stumble. And she kind of tumbles down the stairs in a like a ruckus. Getting her out of the door is actually the most difficult because you kind of like have to bend her and like get it out there. It's a little bit more of a friction in the snow, but on the other hand, the snow kind of absorbs all of those range uses, leaving behind more of a, blackish, brownish, yellowish snow as you go. But eventually, with a little bit less sweat and 15 minutes instead of like 30, you have delivered Basilica 2 to the pyre.
When you say she can't move her eyes, it's not like she's like sentient, like...
How would you be able to tell?
I don't know.
Is there any way you want to find out? What do you think? What if you want to do something?
Lyra is gonna kind of like wave in front of her face a little bit, and it's like, "Can you hear me?"
The eyes continue to dart around, but lands on you. But then continue starting.
Oh.
I just give you locked up. And then I leave.
Lyra is gonna like,
See, I'm just good. I have a 70% win rate on it.
gotta tell like,
Not might be actually.
for yes, like look to the left. For no, look to the right.
Sadly,
And
there's
ask her if she can do that.
there's no response the way you want to this.
Yeah, I figured. It's like, Lyra's just very weirded out by this.
And you burn Basilica 2. Like last time, it takes a while for the fire to take hold. Basilica 2, instead of like staring at any one of you, the eyes kind of rests and it closes its eyes and does nothing as it burns. You can
And
do
if I
another resource saving throw.
I feel like this one wanted to
Gotta catch them
die.
all.
15.
Ooh!
Yay.
Ooh.
Wow. Ooh, I got one higher.
Alright, yeah, Illyria, you get yourself a Policy 1 soul. Woo!
Nice.
What did you say about Enigma?
And now can actually lose one without having to worry about it.
Yay! Losable souls. Okay. So you have seen it happen like for the first time. It's a little bit of a weird feeling because you kind of need to like keep your hand out and like focus and try to find like these invisible souls that are just around Basilica 2. It's the vessel is being destroyed, and then when you find it, you have to use an extreme focus and determination of guiding that soul to your soul mark, and that's a battle will. You feel like it wants to escape, and you need to be patient and precise. And after it's finished, it's like, I mean, it's late. You've been doing some physical exertion. This has been a long day. Phew. This is a lot.
Actually, it's a situational item. You can't go hurricane like
All good.
I
You
think
done with the bending
actually
of your dolls?
got one. They
Oh.
aren't my dolls.
I mean, like dolls that are like you. So
Aren't they technically yours?
I did not inherit these. I mean, I think I'm ready to forget about the last part of this day. And
So am I.
yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Before they come in, Hamati will actually put the robe that she worked on and hide it with like a heavy green cloak, so that no one will see it. It's a surprise. She's gonna flash them.
Oh,
Actually, I have something first before they leave.
Oh, okay.
As you step out of the main gates
On this?
and leave the abbey behind, Cloven and Lottie, the only living souls within, haven't taken care of the questionable ones. Nix, you look back just to watch it fade from your view as you're almost taking that turn to head down the mountain, thinking about how you're ready to forget all of this. And that's when the light snow that has been falling all of this time concentrate
What is the max on
into the vague shape of a person dressed in a flowing kind of robe, a old motherly face, very very fuzzy though, because we're limited by the pixels that are these snows these snow crystals. And then the figure seems to smile warmly towards you. And in another breath, the snow loses cohesion and just turns into a wayward gust of wind.
It does not. It does
Do
not.
I get any feeling or sensation that this was Madame Eva or not?
No, you know Madame Eva's features well enough to know this was not her.
Okay, I'm 15.
It's creepy, of course. A little bit untoward, like I didn't sign up for this. But it's not necessarily bad. Whatever it was happy.
Nix takes a moment to just like register it before following Illyria.
Alright?
I think we.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know who's keeping track. But I think we did a good thing. For Kresk. For these people.
we did.
I don't know who the abbot really was or whether or not he was also cursed to be deranged. But if anything, we can be proud of what we've done. We've been going from place to place, just dealing with the fact that there is this very aggressively erotic vampire that is taking a liking to you.
One way to put it.
We've just been surviving. We didn't make a choice to do anything other than try and deal with the fallout of things collapsing around us. But this is different.
We've done something good.
And Kelvin would be proud.
He would be. I miss him.
Me too. It was a bit spooky over at the manor. Seeing the things that my psyche was being tormented by. And to see Kelvin burning and calling out for me to help him was difficult.
Sorry.
I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know what he went through.
None of us were.
Well, that's not technically true.
Well, not the ones that were part of our group at the time.
Right, I see. I was holding on to a lot of anger after Kelvin's death. I felt part of me was slipping away. I wanted to make others feel the anger I felt inside.
You would get very scary sometimes.
There was a time when you were sleeping that Amatir and I had an encounter with that darkness within. And sometimes I feel that I went too far. Often I feel I went too far. Amatir wasn't necessarily the culprit, just an accomplice, and she had a raw deal, and I've learned that now. She was just the easiest person to release my anger upon. And she did not deserve that.
That's what happened between you two.
I didn't treat her like a person. I saw her as some twisted monster that was part of the death of my best friend. And after her tagging along and doing whatever she could to just to make sure that I wasn't upset. That bargain that we struck so long ago, it feels she put her life down. The purposes of us killing her mother. Not sure what kind of person puts their life as collateral, but that was the stakes at that time.
Was never been shown by anybody that their life has any worth.
Some strong feelings came up that night in the maze. Some bubbles of anger, and pain and loss. But when I looked at her martyr, whilst there was anger on the surface, there was a lot of sorrow inside. I don't feel the hate towards her. I know she was not part of it all. I still want revenge on her mother for doing that to Kelvin. I don't necessarily
You'll
think.
get that.
Ah,
Just
maybe.
don't lose yourself in it.
It's things like today, Illyria, that make things different. Barovia isn't a country that often looks out for each other. After centuries of a curse befalling it, we just learned to survive, you know? They're even... I wouldn't even call them people, but we call them halvers here. People with half a soul that are basically automatons, just like the sex doll that was here.
I think we've heard about those before.
I used to in Barovia
Yeah.
Village.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah, I
also
wasn't
seen
sure if you like.
you also seen some in Valakia and seen some
yeah.
in Crest there, a little bit everywhere. Usually the ones who are not talking with you, there's like a
Yeah.
50-50% chance that they're halvers, because the ones that talk to you have more spunk, if that makes sense.
I do remember when I first encountered one. Yeah.
I don't mean to say that we can save everyone. But even with the putting down of all of those strange creatures within the Abbey, I truly believe everything that we've done here is for the betterment of the entire village. I don't mean to
don't
set
know.
up like a house here.
How I feel about it, but I'm just glad we could help.
Would you do me a favor, Illyria?
Hmm?
Look after Hamatir.
I've been trying to do my best.
She needs a friend, I mean. She can take care of herself, she always has, but
She needs
you.
someone to be there for her.
And she looks up to you.
God knows why.
Well, you're a strong, independent woman. It isn't too bad to look at.
Oh. I just hope that I can show her that she is worth something.
I hope so.
And, you know, if you maybe reconsider that bargain, I'd really like to show her the sun, the real one.
It's a long time between now and then. Who knows what can change?
Alright, by this time you have reached the base of the road leading from Kresk up to the Abbey. And just down the road a little bit, you spot Hamartia looking around, seemingly searching for something or somebody.
There you are. Hi. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, I have something to show you.
Oh, what is it?
Okay, so you know with how we killed the abbot? And Fad was kind enough to like take his robe, and I looked at that robe and I thought to myself, like, this is a gorgeous white robe, right? And it's supposed to represent some sort of hope. People should look at this robe and be hopeful. But instead, that robe brought despair. And I'm in need of a new robe. So I did some. I fixed it up a little bit and I gave it some decorations, and this is the result. And she will unveil her cloak so that you see how the robe was actually redesigned to, first things first, fit her size like perfectly. Even if it's like a bit baggy for her to give her some like transformation room. And the first thing you see is that like she made the actual sleeves of the robe kind of free attachable, so she can take them on and off whenever she wants to. And on the robe itself, it's a long description, so hold on. On the robe herself, you see this sort of embroidery and this really meticulous art, of which style is very clearly inspired by your robe, Nyx.
Oh.
And like the front of the robe is divided into like 5 different sections, which almost like some sort of frames of a picture. And in the center there's like this circular central section, and all of them, like the border itself, is like made of colorful sort of winds blowing. And you see 5 figures standing each in every section. So on the top left corner, you see an image of an almost silver dragonborn-like figure wielding this really large polearm, and she is surrounded by like snowflakes and thunderstorms, and she is standing there absolutely vigilant like a statue. If you go a little bit to the right, you see the sort of winds kind of border between these sort of sections. And on the right, you see this kind of feminine figure with like a bit of a masculine clothing. And she has like this short orange hair. And she is wielding a golden rapier in one hand and holding like almost like a sun-like orb with like the little rays on her second hand. And she is currently like looking down on some really nice, beautiful flowers, and they're all like colorful. She practically used every color that she had on every flower there from her little kit. On the bottom right corner, directly below that, you see this stark ash-like figure with like this really nice, fiery, flowing long hair with 2 daggers and like burning red eyes, crouch almost like stealthily in what seems to be like this sort of volcanic landscape, or at least what a person who's never seen a volcanic landscape think volcanic landscape is. And there's like tons of like magma and fire and ash and soot everywhere, and he's just standing there menacingly. And on the bottom left, surrounded by like falling autumn leaves, you see this horned purple figure with red eyes. Nyx, do you have red eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, with red eyes.
standing, like floating above the ground. And this figure has like two wings, with one wing being like this angelic sky-like wing, and the other is like this wing made out of like bones, and the bones are burning, and it's very metal. And directly above his head, there is a halo also split into two, with one part of the halo almost in this like sky-like color. Its texture is very plain and peaceful, and on the other hand, it's like burning with deep crimson flames. But the actual part, like the serene part of the halo, is closer to the burning wings, and this burning part of the halo is closer to the serene angel-like wings. So it almost makes this sort of like, how do you call it? Like not horizontal, like between horizontal and vertical.
Xinjiang, I would say.
Yeah,
It's
this
a
sort.
yin-yang, it's a perpendicular. Well,
Yeah, it's this perpendicular symmetry between like the various features of the figure. And in the curtain, there is almost this like portrait-like figure, the portrait of what seems to be a feminine figure, with really pale skin and horns, and this flowing silver hair, also smiling. And you spot like near like where the heart is, a little purple moth. She turns around, and you see all of these different elements on the front actually meld together. So you have like soot next to flowers, next to a thunderstorm, next to like autumn leaves, and they all have this sort of chaotic harmony to them. And it's almost like a game of Where is Waldo, where you see all of the figures from the front actually being somewhere there mixed together. And she turns on again, and she has this almost nervous look to her, like showing off your school project to the teacher.
If I knew this would have taken way longer to create, but I allow this.
I told you it was detailed.
Well, I didn't know.
There's detailed, and then there's this.
Yes.
I mean, she's kind of smart too now, I guess.
Yeah, Illyria has like this like really big happy smile, and she just says, "It's beautiful, Martia."
Thank you. I made it myself, actually.
It's
Sol helped
really
me.
impressive.
I mean, I didn't expect you to be so crafty.
I mean, I really love sewing. It's like the thing I love doing most. So, you know, I got pretty nice, good at it. So, where it is?
It seems very intricate. Maybe. Are you just gonna wear this?
Only on special occasions, I believe. But, you know, I want to, like, show this for people, for this robe to emit hope and not whatever the abbot was emitting. You know, I want people to look at this and smile.
I mean, there's always room for more color in the world, I always say.
Especially here.
Wow, I mean, this is. Wow.
I think for the first time you see like Hamadia's cheeks blush.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it.
No, I mean. Good job. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, so that was a very productive evening. Very much productive evening. You know, I kind of binged it, put in the hours, but I think it's worth it. I think I'll
It
just stroll around
definitely
with it
was.
for this evening. And if you need any improvements on your clothing, I'm your gal. I hope.
Sure.
You know what? That sounds quite tempting. I think mine has been through quite a lot.
Ah, there you are! Why are you hiding? Finally! Rounding a corner is this middle-aged woman, kind of like brown hair closer to black, up in a big top bun on her head, kind of sloppy. There's a lot of the hair and going different directions. She has these long, this very big hoop earrings, some kind of amber necklace around her hip is not one belt but two belts, and they have different pouches to them. I mean, she has decked herself out with accessories, but none of them are particularly of high quality or maybe go with each other. She's a little bit of a potpourri of a lot of different stuff. And as she stumbles towards you, it's quite clear that she is quite drunk.
Have we seen her before?
Amongst the crowd, she's been quite vocal, but not like you have talked to her one-on-one.
Sorry, just tying up some loose ends here. Everything okay?
Everything's okay. Yeah, I mean, everything's okay. How could you even ask that? Everything is awesome.
Are you part of a team?
I can't be. Are you offering?
You know, everything is really good when you're part of a team. At least that's my personal opinion.
It's quite awesome indeed. Anyway, wow, you guys, wow. Just look at you. It's like some kind of heroes out of... Heroes deserves rewards. You know how I am?
How are you?
No, who I am.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry. You might have cotton in your ears. Oh, I might be drunk. What do you think?
Maybe you are the, herbologist?
She put her hands on her hips and she kind of wiggles a little bit to show off her stuff. Weird clattering. Herbalist? Vrog! I run a little bit the general store in town, if that's even possible. It's not really anything at all. It's really sad. But I try.
Oh, well, I mean, when we came in, there wasn't really anything much around here, so apologies if we didn't actually.
I'm not hurt at all. No, not at all.
Wait, what is your name?
Katerina. Katerina's the name.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Katerina of the
Nice to
staff.
meet you, Katarina.
Yeah, well, I mean, the honor is all mine. I mean, jeez, walking gods and all of that. Anyway, I have something that is just itching to go off my hands. I mean, it's a bit of a family heirloom, but I never dare touch it. My grandparent kind of made it, Dragomir. Dragomir, you know of him? She kind of hiccups.
Dragomir?
There's no fucking...
My crap. Well, he traveled alone a lot in Barovia, and he was friends with some people that, I mean, I guess, kind of close to you, right? Kind of like that. Well, anyway, he was the one who started the Wonder Emporium, and now I took it over. It was Kate's Wonder Emporium. Katarina, Kate, you know. Anyway, and she just thrusts into Nix's hand this leather bag. I mean, none of us really have anything to give other than our appreciation, which you've kind of been showered with already, and I can understand like it's boring and kind of tiring. But I mean, maybe this helps. I don't know how to use it. Kind of scares me.
Nix takes a look, opens the bag and holds it in his hands, like he's kind of startled and a little bit surprised. And just take a quick peek what's inside it, if it's a bunch of trash.
It's kind of weird because when you hold the bag in your hand, it feels like there are things inside. And when she kind of moved it and thrust it into your hand, there was like a clattering sound to it. But when you look into the bag, it's this very dark, well-treated, like fine leather. But the inside is lined with white wool fur, and there's nothing inside.
I shake it a little bit whilst looking at her.
It clatters and jingles and makes some weird sounds. Yeah, I know. It's kind of strange. So, Grandpapa told me a story that he collected all of these items and bartered and traded, and he created this whole, the Wander Emporium for the rest of the family, and we'll be continuing that. But the most awesome things he collected, he just gathered in this bag. Apparently they were awesome, but different. And then we have had it on like the top shelf this whole time, waiting for someone to come and buy it for like top gold coin. But no one has. And it's just been kind of gathering dust. And I mean, it's just kind of sad, is it not? Like every item deserves a good home. A home that cares for it. I don't really have any use for it. Maybe you do. And she gets like slightly sentimental, and she gets into this kind of state where like sad drunk.
Or you want to just give this to us?
No, it's okay. It deserves a better home than I can give it. And you deserve it. After all you've done. I have never been so happy in a very long time. Drinking so much wine. I am so drunk.
I miss that feeling too. It's been a while since I've had a good drink, but you seem very attached to this bag. Are you sure?
Please stop telling me if I'm sure. Don't tempt me. Just take it. And go and have a drink for Borea's sake.
Yes, I think you two should.
Actually,
I think we might want to wash up a
for the
little
morning
before we
sake.
do.
I'm good. But I'll see you there, Lydia.
Nick, you have an infinite supply of Champagne de la Stomp in the palm of your hand, and you're not taking the opportunity?
Well, it's not necessarily in the palm of my hand. It's in the barrels.
It's in the bottom of the barrel. You can put it to the palm of your hand.
I am very tempted. I am. You have no idea. I also know that ultimately these battles weren't for us.
And this is all wonderful and all, but I gotta go pee. You guys have a wonderful evening, and she kind of.
Hey, go ahead. Don't freeze.
Nick's like opens this bag and see if it's like he reaches into it, see if it's the same as the bag of holding.
Do you try to grab something?
Yeah, I fish around in there.
Then roll a d20.
Oh no. Oh no, you're pulling the something. Oh no,
Wow.
it's a fall.
My rolls
Rolls.
can't get over a 10. Can't even get over a 7.
When Clive is watching
I'm being Clived, yeah.
You in your hand is a cold metallic kind of feel, and as you pull your hand out of it, you look upon a copper ring that seems to be been half charred in some kind of source of flame or fire, and that's it. You feel compelled though to wear it.
How compelled?
Extremely compelled.
Maybe we should have questioned the woman giving us stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I
like
mean, if
like a
Nick is
candy.
compelled,
Um,
I guess Nick says, "Huh," and see if the ring fits.
It doesn't at first, but then it changes its shape and fits you perfectly.
Do you feel anything?
I feel fancy.
Well, that's good.
I don't know. Do I feel anything?
No.
Yes, on that hollows and go
Uh,
those camps.
It's obviously a magical ring if it like adjusts to my size.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's something magical, but I shake the bag again, see if there's anything more jingling.
Yeah, a lot of jingle.
I just did a lot of checking for magical items and identifying. Can I please just have a night
I
off?
think it's time for a break.
I don't think anyone put something life-changing in it, so...
We shall see. I will take a quick moment at the start before I start drinking to identify the ring that's on my finger.
Okay. For sure. What you discover is that it has a minor thaumaturgy effect or prestidigitation effect. That whenever the wearer becomes especially angry, it makes their eyes glow.
Oh, so it's no different to Nick's, then. Doesn't do
That's my
anything for it.
secret. I'm always angry.
Oh yes. I mean, we have like 2 people with glowing eyes in the party, so. Shit.
I take it off and I
You
I hand it to her, Illyria.
you can't.
What? I can't?
You can't.
I mean, so it's basically just jewelry because his eyes are always kind of glowing.
Well, this will make them especially glow.
Oh, okay.
And it will give you a +1 to any like intimidation scary roll that you make.
Does it like is it like a forced attunement sort of thing?
Is it like a curse?
Is it attunement?
Normally identify doesn't reveal curse effects. I mean, but for this, there's an extremely minor cursed effect to this, as in you are compelled to wear it.
Okay. I mean, just because I can't wear any more attuned things, just so you know.
It doesn't require attunement.
Okay. So
Okay,
I have
okay.
a +1 to
Intimidation.
being spooky,
Yeah, to being spooky.
Yes.
but there is no intimidate in this game.
No. But like whenever you're doing something in that wheelhouse,
Whenever you spook someone.
Okay, I'll just
Whenever
like,
you want to spook someone.
when you want to
right.
spook,
I have no idea what to
SPOOK.
Roll for spook.
Spoopiness plus. I have no idea where to store this information. +1 to spoopy intimidation. Cool. Not that Nyx really intimidates people that often, but
I mean.
okay, maybe he does. Basically, he's kind of like Homelander.
Ooh. No, please never say that again. That's actually scary.
From The Boys.
Like that's a villain that even I'm incapable of like doing the depravity of that.
It's like this.
But I will allow you because this is such a minor item that like with it that you identify the bag as well, kind of like a package deal. The Dragomir's grab bag has a number of interesting curios inside. It's a random roll, whatever you get, and the items all have a curse that when you grab something, you must keep it until you have a greater restoration effect or something similar, which you at that point you can choose to take something off or sever items off.
Or you dip your hand in a pool of water that's nearby.
The
Maybe.
gambling addict in me really wants to like grab something like.
Do you
Grab it. Do it.
You want to grab something, Illyria?
Do it.
That was
Something-
Julie, not Illyria.
Okay,
Do
okay,
it.
okay. Well, I will.
Do it.
I guess.
Do it
I'll
now.
bring it up later on.
There might be
but,
cookies inside.
Can you give me the name of that?
Yeah.
Like the
official title.
different title? I just have like.
Dragoneers.
I like to think that maybe like later on in the evening, like Illyria's a little bit tipsy. I was like, hey Nix, let me grab something out of your bag.
Yeah, reach deep into my bag.
Oh, I'm gonna reach so deep into your bag.
Bags.
Bag is full of goodies. Reach so far.
Show me your goodies.
Oh my god, guys, can you stop? Okay. Make me 1d20.
Yeah. Reach drunk when Lyra is a little bit tipsy. Like, yeah, you want to reach into my bag?
Oh my god.
Go
I
for
don't know where this is going with the
Go.
two of them.
No, I don't know either.
That's
You
a
tell
10.
me. You tell me. Okay. You have it's like it's a small femur bone of some like
Oh my god,
Of
he
a
grabbed
smaller-
Nix's bone out of his bag.
Oh no. Becky,
Of,
I
like-
think you should be really careful with the items you give us.
it's though of a
It's long
smaller.
and firm.
No,
Yeah.
it's actually small because it comes from a small animal. So I'm not sure if you want to
Wow.
do this. It's like from a weasel or something like that, you know. And Lyra, you feel compelled to have that in your pocket.
Okay.
Having Nix's bone in your pocket, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna have Nix's bone in my pocket.
My fucking hell.
wouldn't be the
Okay.
first person.
A Tarask spawns.
Eats everyone.
The metagaming task, yeah.
Yeah.
What does the bone do?
I mean,
know.
for the funsies of this evening, and as we can just do greater restoration here on demand, Illyria, you feel weirdly hungry for some rotten meat.
Oh no!
Like you're getting like drunk hungry, and wow, you know, some fuming, juicy, decaying meat sounds pretty swell.
Probably scavenge some pocket worms if you like.
But are they dead and been dead for quite a while?
Are they dead? Have they been dead for a while though?
They can-
I'm really craving something dead.
Are you? I think we should get you to the pool. Let's go.
Just a light splashing, I think, is all that's needed. After touching bones.
Let's get you to the
God.
pool.
Oh
Or maybe
my
you
God.
like your new look, Nix. Can you say something scary?
I mean, I'm not trying to intimidate you, but
If I like poke you a lot of times with my hand, would that make you angry?
no, if you burn my friends alive, you make me angry.
Well, I
Party pooper.
better not do that then.
I'm not entirely sure if I want to become angry right now.
yes.
It's been a nice night, so
Oh, yes. My apologies. My childish desires gets the better of me this one time. Let's go get Illyria some water, shall we? Illyria, don't touch that.
I don't want water. Is that like I don't know, like
Which
maybe
is,
I should have.
you know, Illyria, where I hid, I saw this really big, fat deer carcass.
Wait, actually, for a moment, you think back to Basilica and some.
She was about to say that like
You
know
feel
what would be really good?
regretful.
We should have kept like
Yeah.
like
some self
I'm sure the
cannibalism
silica
would have been nice
like,
by now.
taste amazing.
There is this really nice deer near the pool. You know, I've seen it.
Has it been dead for a while?
Yes.
Let's go.
I think.
Alira just starts walking to the pool immediately.
While Aliyah is not looking, Matia is going to turn to Nix and say,
We need to dump her in the pool. Yes, this is not funny.
Everyone has their cravings, but sure. Yeah, absolutely.
No, we're not letting her eat some rotten meat. She's not me. She can't handle this. She doesn't have the stomach to.
No. So strumming only food. Yes, let's help her, and we'll go to the pool, and we'll do the whole basically.
You try
sprinkling.
to show Ilya where it is, and then you Sparta kick her.
Yeah.
yeah, we're like shoving her into the pool.
Yeah.
Waterboarding Illyria.
Poop party! Woo! And at the point of contact with the water, you come to your senses and realize that maybe you shouldn't keep this bone in your pocket.
Illyria just kind of like, what she does, like, that's kind of rude. Wait, did I really just say I wanted to eat basilica?
It's better not to think about it.
There's fun things in my bag, and
Yeah,
who knows what's gonna come out of that.
What do we do with that bone?
I bury it.
No, maybe someone will find it. They're like, oh, I like corpses and
Well,
then...
bury it in under like a few rocks or something on the side there. Like, cause
Okay.
the water here like is at the back. There is like a cliff face, and we could probably find a place that's no one will ever find. Like a dog digs it up and turns it.
Yeah, I feel like
Miracle
a dog's
2.0.
gonna dig it up.
Miracle 2.0.
Yeah.
Anyway, you get rid of it. Harmardia? I mean, the pool is here. You wanna test your luck?
What?
Do you want to test your luck in
Are
Nix's bag
you-
of tricks?
Are you feeling lucky, son?
Come on, what's the worst can happen? We can easily get rid of the minor cars. Chinko, 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 chinko.
Fine, let's go.
Reach deep inside.
Yes, don't make this. Oh, okay, I'm reaching deep inside your little pocket, Nix. It's kind of
my-
small, really.
Wrong hole.
Oh, no, okay. Nice. I'm reaching deep, Nix. Jingle, jingle.
Oh my god, why?
What's in the luck for Marty?
The Rask is coming closer, guys. So clear. So
What?
near. The
The
Tarask.
Oh.
Like you hear it rumbling in the distance.
Yeah, she's pulling. It's a crack.
Roll me a 1d20! Stop talking about pockets!
5.
5. Cool. Okay. You bring out. It's a very like onyx kind of a material. It's an armband, and it's like a black kind of marble, but the veins within the marble is blood red.
Ooh, this is a bit dark. I fiddle around with it a little bit. I like try to bite it.
Yeah, fool around with it a little bit, and you discover that this piece of jewelry allows you. Well, it happens even if you don't want it. Each round in combat, you steal 1 life from an ally within 1 meter of you.
Oh shit. Guys, I feel like my sheep are a little bit sharper than usual. My teeth. I mean,
You didn't get bitten, did you?
I don't like this one. I think it's bad luck. Bad luck. Cheers.
She's gonna like scoop some water and drink.
Okay. I guess that clears that one up.
You want to pull something else? Are you feeling happy?
Yes.
No, it was
Okay. All right.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
All right.
Jingle. 11.
11. I'm also rolling, by the way, on the as well. Oh, okay. You pull some black smoke in your hand that dissipates, and then nothing.
Oh.
That
You
was
pulled a fart.
I figured I tried to like breathe really hard.
Did we break it? We haven't broken it already, have we?
I don't think so.
I'll take some water just in case.
Amarnia, sitting behind Nyx is it's like it's like a puppy with no tail, and it's rotting, actively rotting. Like chunks are off its flesh and stuff like that, and it's
Do
when
only
it-
I see this?
when you look at it, it like smiles and shows off like razor sharp canines and a long black tongue.
These Nick's behind you.
Hey,
Nyx.
look behind me.
There's
Nyx.
nothing there.
Yes. What about behind me?
You don't see this ghost. There's a ghost. There's a ghost wolf. It's a ghost
I
papa.
don't see a ghost wolf. You
Maybe it's
okay?
the smoke. I need to drink.
She quickly like lunges to the well.
And dissipates in like a cloud of smoke in front of your eyes and doesn't
That's
come
why
back.
we're doing disrespectful. Like this is supposed to be like important, right?
I just realized we still have 2 vials of this, like that they gave us. No, 3 vials,
Yeah.
right? 3 vials that we didn't actually use, so we're just gonna carry these resto waters around with us.
For like whenever we're feeling lucky.
Yeah. I mean, it's a question of whether or not this
We
actually.
abuse this or not.
Well, does I mean Thad has the thing? Can he? This doesn't.
Oh yeah,
resolve
can we
that.
throw that in the pool?
It doesn't resolve his hair thingy though. It's
No,
a
that's a
persistent injury.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a like a disease, a medical thing. This is a magical,
Okay.
Mhm.
minor curse. Could have a positive effect or could have a bad effect. Yeah. Okay. So, you spend a hearty. Wait, actually, a big question here. They were both, these magical barrels of holding from the cellars of the Fidatov estate on the one side of the magical barrier. Then there was these barrels of Champagne de l'Estampe in bottles and Red Dragon Crush in barrels that were on the mundane side that you brought with you.
We aren't giving those out, I think.
Those are the ones that weren't within like the stasis barrier, so to speak, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And we don't know if any of them are poisoned.
Yeah. I think that's what we were checking, right? At the end of last episode, we were like, we bring them along, and then we would check them if they were like turned or vinegar
Yeah.
or poisoned before we we wouldn't distribute them.
Okay, okay, okay.
We got the barrels, but just to check them, like next, I mean, eventually we would cork one open,
Okay.
and see and smell it and do like a
If
tiny sip.
someone secretly steals some and dies, it's not our responsibility.
I mean, this is used to this sort of like testing for bad wine.
True.
And he has resistance to poison, so
Okay.
Is it
Yeah.
poison?
it is poison.
Nice.
But at least along the way, he might have cracked one open to see if it's worth it.
Okay. You had 3 barrels in total. 2 has turned into vinegar because air, too much air, has crept in. 1 is actually pretty good. And you had 16 bottles of Champagne de l'Estompe, where one of the bottle sealing has broken and also turned into vinegar. The other one keeps its potency. Tasting a little bit of the wine. Did you do this earlier or did you do it now?
Oh, we can just do it now theoretically if you wanted to like roll for it or whatever. But,
No, it's better that it happened earlier.
Yeah. Okay. It would have just been a sip, like you taste a potion kind of thing.
Yeah, I still need to do a vitality saving throw.
Is it poison?
Let's find out.
Is it poison? Do you have advantage against poison?
No, it's resistance
no,
against
just
it, right?
Oh, suck.
11. Oof. Even from this little sip, and it's a pretty tiny one. You still take 5 poison damage, and for a second, as this kind of
Reduced to 2?
10 normally, 5 now.
Oh, 5. Okay.
As this poison suddenly pulsates, you can feel your heart starting to race and you start to sweat a little bit, and then it kind of subsides as your body fights it off.
You know those bottles that we found before in the Tabletop manor? We're
The
curious
ones
whether or
that
not
are
they've...
probably poisoned.
Yeah, they're probably definitely poisoned now. Just a little bit, stomach cramps not doing me so good, but I've had my fair share of bad wine before. Still, probably best we, make sure no one else drinks them. Don't drink from those crates. Got it? He looks at him at you.
Hey, I'm not going to drink it. I'm just going to do something else with it. Maybe.
Like
Who
what?
do you want to poison?
Not a lot of people.
It might be worthwhile giving it to Mother Dearest, eh?
Not only her, there are maybe. Well, there are 2 other people I want to hurt first.
Yeah, well, maybe it's time for a joyous wine and cheese night with the family, eh?
No, they are strong together. They are this sort of a almost coven-like thing. When you want to kill or catch a hag of God, you catch her alone, and she's not as powerful as she is with her besties, I guess. So that's why I asked little Maria to help us locate them, because if we can get one alone, our chances of actually subduing her would increase significantly.
Okay, well, I'll just mark it down somewhere that we have an entire crate of poisonous wine.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, maybe we can. What if we poison the whole of Castle Raven Loft?
I'm not sure that
That-
would work.
Yeah, they're kind of already dead, so...
But when we
Also,
make
like,
them more dead-
Strahd's like pretty powerful.
Yes, but it has like underlings that we might want to get out of the way first.
Just, Bexxy, for the notes, how many bottles? 16 bottles, did you say?
16 points of Champagne de la Death.
Well, one was open, so it turned into vinegar, which kind of spoiled also the poison inside.
Right, but how
Losses-
many are actual open?
Yeah,
Or actual usable?
Sealed is 15 bottles of
15 times of bottles of Champagne de la Death?
Yes.
Prende la morte.
Champagne de la Morte.
Yes. Yeah.
Dos. I think it'd be like du or dos morte.
I don't know.
If we're using like French here,
If it's French, it's de la merde.
I chose. I chose Spanish instead of French.
yeah, I usually do that too, but the original name is definitely French.
Yeah, I know. I always wanted to learn French because it's more difficult, and I see that as a challenge.
De la decis.
De la disease.
Champagne de la Life.
De la decis.
Pull the plug. Then I pull the plug. Anyway, with the discovery of the poisons, thoughts about revenge, strange hauntings of this robed person, the random, far-reaching grabs into this bag, pulling out bones and other interesting things, and a lot of merry drinking and hijinks beside the blessed pool of Saint Markovia, we're going to end tonight's episode of Charismatic Misery. Woo!